welcome to EnduringTechnologyPress.com. I'm Eric, and we enjoy a lot of apple desserts, in part because we've been blessed the past couple of years with some really awesome apple harvests, and some other harvests that we normally get, like blueberries at the cottage. Well, they've been crop failures 2 years in a row, which is pretty atrocious for us. My parents can't remember in the 50 or so years that they've had the camp up there ever having 2 years back to back where there's been no berries. 1 year it was too cold and the other year it was too dry. So hopefully this year we'll get a lot of berries. But in the meantime, we've been blessed with a lot of apples, so we've made good use of those. We make a lot of those things with apples, you know, in our desserts. Apple pie, obviously. There's a lot of apple crisp, and part of the reason for that is an apple crisp comes together incredibly quickly. It's an awesome dessert. You can throw it together and sit down for the meal and then pull it out by the time you're finished a nice leisurely meal. But if you want to vary that, and you probably do if you're having a lot of apple crisp, apple Kuchen, and I'm probably mangling that name, is a great way to mix things up, and really it takes almost the same amount of time, which is negligible. So what you do is you have a cake type base on it, and in this case what we've got here is one that we made with whole barley flour that we've ground ourselves. In this case it's CDC Maguire, a hulless barley. And we made that a whole grain base, cakey base, layered it on the apples, and then put on a cinnamony topping, tossed it in the oven, baked it. It comes out fantastic, and it goes together quick. Here's how. We've got the butter and the sugar in the mixer bowl. We're going to cream them together. So we'll let that go on, get them all creamed up nicely. And then we'll start adding our mixed flour and our other dry ingredients. So our flour, baking powder, baking soda, all together. Our flour and leavening agents mixed into our creamed butter and sugar. Turn it off. You can see it's a fairly nice fine consistency with everything mixed in nicely there. We'll go and make sure that the paddle is mixed all the way to the bottom, and then we'll go and add our milk, or in this case I ran out of milk, so I tossed in powdered milk, so we'll use water and our eggs and mix that up, and I'll show you what consistency we're looking for. It's the sort of batter consistency that you're looking for. We'll let it slow down, you can see it a little bit better. So not sloppy, but definitely something you can spread easily. So go and spread that in our pans, and we'll grease them up first, and then we're good to go. Spread our batter out with, I really love these silicone spatulas, into our greased, or buttered more precisely, and floured baking pan. And now we've just got to spread out the apples, and we've got some here that have already been thawed, and there's another bag that you can hear in the microwave in a bowl, and we'll spread those out evenly, and then I'll show you the topping that we mix up very quickly to put on it. We've got our apples set out. We've got our topping here. I'm just going to shake this over. It's got our cinnamon, a little bit of butter mixed in, a little bit of that barley flour too to hold everything together. So we'll spread that evenly out. The oven is on at 350. It's preset and it's already gone off, saying it's up to temperature. So there we go. So it'll go in and be about half an hour. So for the recipe and all the instructions, you'll find them in the link in the show notes below on the EnduringTechnologyPress.com website. Thanks.